girls, it's Mrs. Smiley again. I wanted to share another story with you, and you can tell by the book there's little tears that this is a book that's been loved and read many, many times. And I love this story. It's called Madeline. Maybe some of you know this story, Madeline. It has a medal on here because it's actually an award-winning book. That means it's really good. It's written by Ludwig Bellemans. Sorry if I said that wrong. Okay, and this is a story that takes place in Paris. And Paris is a country that's far away across the ocean. And it's in the country of France. Paris, I'm sorry, is a city in the country of France, okay? Now here's our house. And this is a home where a bunch of little girls live together. It says, in an old house in Paris that was covered with vines, lived 12 little girls in 2 straight lines. In 2 straight lines, they broke their bread. They're eating dinner. And brushed their teeth. And went to bed. They smiled at the good. See the pretty horse. And frowned at the bad. See that man is stealing something and the police officer is trying to catch him. That was bad. And sometimes they were very sad. Oh, look at this soldier came back from war and he has a hurt leg. They left the house at 9:30 in 2 straight lines. In rain, there they go, see it's raining, or shine. See the sunshine? There they are at the park. They've all got balloons. The smallest one was Madeline. There's Madeline. They're measuring her for some new clothes, it looks like. She was not afraid of mice. Oh, look, everybody's afraid of the mice except little Madeline. And she loved winter, snow, and ice. To the tiger in the zoo, Madeline would just say, poo poo. Look, they're all afraid, but Madeline, she's right there. She wasn't afraid, was she? And nobody knew so well how to frighten Miss Clavell. Oh my goodness, look, they're going over this high bridge, and she's walking on the side of the rail, the edge, and look at the teacher. She's like, oh my goodness. In the middle of one night, Miss Clavell turned on her light and said, something is not right. What could have happened, boys and girls? Something's not right. Little Madeline sat in bed, cried and cried. Her eyes were red. There she is. What happened? Make a prediction. What could be wrong? And soon after Dr. Cone came, he rushed out to the phone. Oh no, so the doctor came and checked her, and now he's running to get the phone. Goodness gracious, what could be wrong? And he dialed Dan on 106. Nurse, he said, it's an appendix. Oh no, it looks like she's at a hospital. Everybody had to cry. Not a single eye was dry. They're all crying because they're so worried about Madeline going to the hospital. Even Miss Clavell's crying. Madeline was in his arm, in a blanket, safe and warm. So there's the doctor. He's going to take her to get her better. In a car with a red light, they drove into the night. Oh, look, it's an ambulance. She's going to the hospital. Madeline woke up in 2 hours later in a room with flowers. She's in a hospital room now, huh? Madeline soon ate and drank on her bed. There was a crank. They can crank her feet up or down. And a crank on the ceiling had the habit of sometimes looking like a rabbit. She sees a shadow on the ceiling of her room. It does look like a rabbit. Outside were birds, trees, and sky, and so 10 days passed quickly by. So she was in the hospital for 10 days. One nice morning, Miss Clavell said, "Isn't this a fine?" I wonder where they're going to go. "A fine day to visit Madeline." Oh, they're all getting flowers to go see their friend in the hospital. Visitors from 2 to 4 read a sign outside her door. There they go. Here they go to see Madeline. They've all got a flower for her, don't they? Tiptoeing with a solemn face with some flowers in a vase. Look, they're all scared to go to the hospital. They're worried about their friend. Remember, she was sick and crying when she left. So they're really worried about her. There she is. In they walked and then said, "Aw," when they saw the toys and candy and the dollhouse from Papa. She's getting all kinds of presents in the hospital. But the biggest surprise by far on her stomach was a scar. Oh, she'd had a little surgery, didn't she? "Goodbye," they said. "We will come again." And the little girls left in the rain. But they went home and broke their bread. And they brushed their teeth. And they went to bed. And in the middle of the night, Miss Clavell turned on her light and said, "Something is not right." And afraid of a disaster, there she goes. She's running to check on the girls. Miss Clavell ran fast and faster. She hears a lot of crying, doesn't she? And she said, "Please, children, do tell me what is troubling you." And the little girls cried, "Boo-hoo, we want to have our appendix out too." They want to go to the hospital and get toys and candy and presents too, don't they? Aww. "Good night, little girls. Thank the Lord that you are well. And now go to sleep," said Miss Clavell. And she turned out the light and closed the door. And that is all there is. There isn't any more. See how the words get smaller? So hopefully they went to sleep. And then on the back of the story, it's kind of fun. It tells you all in the story what some of the places were. It says, here's a list for those who may wish to identify the parish scenes in Ludwig Bellman's book. On the cover is one of the illustrations for the Eiffel Tower. Right there is the Eiffel Tower. And then it says, in the picture of the old lady and the horse, that's the Opera House. See if we can find, and these are real places. So if you would go to Paris, you could go visit the Opera House and see these places. Hold on, I want to find the one with the horse. Oh, I think I'm close. There it is. This is the Opera House. He put a picture of the Opera House. And then it says, let's see, the Jewel Thief, that was the Palace Vendôme. So that was a palace. And there are other places in here too, but I just thought it was kind of fun how he used real buildings and places in Paris in his story. Okay, so draw a picture of Madeline. I always thought it was kind of neat when I was a little girl and I read the story that all these girls lived together. So they lived in, it's called boarding school, and they would go away when they were little girls and they'd live together and go to school and live together. So it was kind of neat. But I thought this was kind of a fun story called Madeline. I wouldn't want to live away from my mommy and daddy, though, I don't think. So draw a picture, and then you can write a few sentences.